we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it, how we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it, how we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it. How we do it, how we do it, how we do it, do it, do it, do it.
Good evening. Hi. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. Hope y'all doing good. Definitely drop in the chat. How are you doing? Right? You took time to get on. Let us know how you doing. Where are you at? Where are you watching this from? If you end up watching this live later, hi. Where are you from? How are you doing? Really appreciate y'all. Seriously. Just for joining in, checking on us. We want to check on y'all at the same time. How are you, Devin?
I'm doing good. I'm in here.
You in here?
I'm in here.
You are.
We out here. We outside.
Look, our June, we need to see how are you doing, because I haven't really seen you today. You've been in
school mode.
Student mode, yeah, summer school mode. So that kind of brings us to tonight's topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure it's the same energy wherever you all are at, but definitely around here is graduation season.
Yeah.
It is. Shout out, hand clap, hand clap, hand clap, hand clap, hand clap. To all the graduates. Shout out to, first of all, to the teachers.
Yes.
Shout out to you, because we know it's been a journey. Unless you're teaching summer school, then yay! But seriously, shout out to the teachers. Shout out to all the babies. Mm-hmm. They're being promoted, and you got kindergartners heading to first grade. You got the fifth graders headed to middle school. Well, it's called middle school where we from, but here in Texas, it's junior high school. Don't really know what grade that is. I assume it's the same. But then you got the kids going to high school, and then you got high schoolers graduated, and they're headed to college if that's what they're choosing to do. So again, just shout out to all of them. But because we're seeing it everywhere, we've been reflecting lately, like, man, before I met you, what was it like in high school graduation? What was it like for our college graduation? Well, we knew each other for college graduation, but we started flashing back to that, and while we're sharing our flashbacks, put in the chat your flashbacks, anything you remember, whether that was a couple of days ago or just a couple of years since those graduations. What do you care to share? And for me, I would have to say high school and college were a bit of a blur. The graduations, yeah, it was a bit of a blur. Only because high school, I just remember already being over it a little bit. Like I knew I was gonna go to college. Didn't really know where, early on in high school, but by senior year I already got accepted. Coastal Carolina University, shout out to CCU one time, South Carolina. But I already knew I was going there. So there was a part of me that was like kind of ready to get there. I was already mentally graduated and off to good old Conway, South Carolina. But for college graduation, I still moved through that because I was ready to then finish school. I was kind of done with the education side and doing all the homework and just like, good time in college. Oh, yes. But the schoolwork was like, I'm kind of over this. I want to get my degree and move on to a career. But as far as, yeah, I think those are it was a good time though. I remember giving myself the pat on the back, for college. It was a big deal in my family. But high school, yeah, I remember just being like, okay, are we done here? But that's my flashback. What about those good times?
For me, my flashback, we'll start with high school.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you then, so.
High school was fun. I was involved in a lot of stuff, a lot of different clubs and stuff like that. So I think at the time I was in a career center too. So I was kind of like, I wasn't technically in a high school. I was like in a career center. So I kind of saw the college side of things, like the mind preparation for going to college. I was in that mindset, but high school in general, I was just coasting. I'll be honest, I was coasting.
Sure.
And I didn't really have a sense of direction, like what I really want to do, like what do I really want to put my hands to do in this earth, and as far as going into my college career.
Yeah.
So, but I loved it. I enjoyed it. I had good friends, all that stuff like that. It was very, very fun. But then when I got to college, real world was like, real life was just like, it just met me right here. I was like, oh man.
Reality check.
The reality check started hitting, and I was like, okay, I gotta have a career, like something that's going to take me to another level in life and give me stability. And if I get a family, like what am I going to do for that family? How am I going to be able to provide? And so all those things were like going through my head at that time. So I started kind of like really analyzing my life and like, okay, what are the things I need to do for me to set me up for a better future? And then also to create a better legacy for, our kids when they come along and stuff like that. So my mindset kind of shifted a little bit. So.
Okay. Yeah. Understood. Okay. What advice would you give your younger self if you could? Because at this point, we got a little wisdom, a little experience.
We got a little bit.
Yeah, but if you knew then what you know now, what would be something you would say?
Slow down and smell the roses.
Absolutely.
And just enjoy the moment of being I would just say like not having responsibilities. You didn't have a lot of responsibilities at that time.
We thought we did.
Yourself. We thought we did. Other than taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
I would just take the time, slow down, and really like be a part of what you're doing. Be a part of what you're building for yourself and how you're growing yourself. Just really take time to see you in that whole process. So that would be my advice for my younger self. Yeah. Just slow it down a little bit.
100%. I mean, like I said, my experiences were such a blur. I remember moments, right? It wasn't like I graduated, but I just genuinely didn't take a beat and process. Like, this is a milestone. Enjoy this. Everybody doesn't do, not even for high school. Not everybody graduate high school. So realize that. So I definitely agree with that advice of slowing down. I realize now that I'm a little bit older, what I thought was me moving forward, like being a forward thinker, I was actually overthinking a lot of stuff. And so that's a part of the slow down too. A part of taking a second, embrace the moment type of things. I now know, like, oh, okay, I should just process this a little bit slower and enjoy it. Because time be moving. Okay, time flies, and that's just the one thing you can't get back. So slow down.
That's very true.
Slow down. But touche. What else you thinking?
I think that's it as far as the graduation piece.
Okay. So
well, what would say with flashbacks, something I would say, like, you know, telling to your younger self is for me specifically. Like, I graduated in 2008, so it was a lot going on.
Okay, we're not about to say what year we graduated in. So.
I'm just 2008 for me was a real year. The financial crisis happened. I don't know if a lot of people know that, or if you like paid attention to like the news and stuff.
Yeah.
But the financial crisis happened, and so it was real for us. Like, you know, the high school was like, all right, well,
stressful class of 2008.
We don't know if we're gonna have Social Security. We don't know if we don't know if we go, you know, college. If we go to college, if getting out of college is going to secure us a job in the workforce.
And it didn't.
And it really didn't. So it was a real decision we had to think about. And I think it just made us grow up a little bit too fast.
Yeah, well.
In some degrees, some aspects.
I don't think we had a choice.
We had a choice, yeah. We didn't really have a choice.
But anyway, I agree with that. And on another level, so we talked about like just advice and the flashbacks, but if you could think of something you've graduated to.
Yeah, something you graduated to.
What have you graduated to?
So I say I've graduated to a place of learning to love unconditionally. Because I think it's for me, and I'm just talking about for me. I'm not even talking about like our relationship, you know, as marriage, but just for me, I've learned to grow. It's happened through my relationship. I don't want anybody to get that mistaken, but I've learned to love God first. Having a relationship with Him has taught me how to love not only Him, but how to love myself. And in loving myself, how to reciprocate that love to other people that I come into relationship with. And so I feel like for that, the unconditional piece of it is I had to see myself, like all my flaws, my insecurities, the things that weren't the best part of me. And I had to understand that the love that I have in the relationship with Christ, it covers all of that. And so in that, I learned to love myself more with good, bad, ugly, and different, all the stuff. And I learned to love that because that is where life is produced. You know, God loves you in your flaws, and in those flaws, He produces beauty from them. And I learned to do the same with the people I'm in connection with and the people I'm in relationship with. Let me love them despite how, you know, at moments they may treat me. They may be wrong. They may do me all kind of ways. They may just be a good friend, but they just don't listen good, or they're a good friend and they don't really reciprocate the love in my love language. And in that, I have to learn that grace. I got to give them grace in the midst of that, because they're learning how to love. We're all learning how to love in that process. So, That's something I would say.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Amen. What have I graduated to? Well, so I really don't know sometimes. I'm like, man, have I, yeah, and so I would say I've graduated to building boundaries for like my mental health and for my peace. And that was something that took a lot of time to see the value in. That's what I would say in short. I still love everybody. I still check on my people, my friends. I still, pray for you all. But like recently, that's been something I've legit graduated to. Like, okay, this is safe for me. And if you don't understand, that's okay. It's not for you to understand. This is my decision. And either you're gonna, like it or love it. But I would say that's probably the newest thing I've graduated to. I actually saw someone's advice was about creating a budget. So I've definitely graduated to that after only a few years of learning the purpose of that. But yeah, that would be something else too, like just how to be less impulsive and value what you got. Keep dreaming, keep doing all the things, but maybe say that little $40. But yeah, that would be my thought.
Okay. Given that, what do you think you graduated from?
I was gonna say stress, but that's a lie. I would say I graduated from a lot of the overthinking that I used to do. Like I said earlier, I have given myself a lot more grace, and I've given a lot of people that grace. I try not to be as critical of certain things and people. We all got to walk. We all got a flaw. We all trying to figure this thing out. None of us have a manual to this thing called life. We wake up and we figuring it out, and we're grateful for each day, of course, but definitely, like, I don't have the answers. I may have some answers, but I don't have all the answers. And so I'm learning to just embrace that truth and learn through it. It's okay. It's okay if you don't know. It's okay if you're trying to figure it out. Just be honest in that. Of course, pray, go to God for guidance. But yeah, definitely being less hard on myself. Like, it's okay. Hold on to that grace. You got a new day. So work with that and become better. Yeah, that's what I would say for me. Okay. What you thinking? What have you graduated from? Since 2008.
This is gonna run down. I feel like I've graduated from the internal conflict. Like, back then I didn't really have a good relationship. I had a semblance of a relationship with God, but I feel like the internal conflict of, my flesh versus my spirit was at an all-time high, because it was like I want to do my own thing. I want to experience all the things in the world. I want to be a part of these things. I want to do all this. I want to hang out with the friends. I want to do all the things that I felt like I didn't do growing up. And I just want to be a part of something, right? I want to be a part of something. But I felt like God kind of showed me that as I got older, like the conflict, like how that was just your flesh that was warring against your spirit, and your flesh wanted to do anything and everything, and it wanted to just enjoy itself. But I had to find out, okay, there's no satisfaction in those things. Like, I can chase after all those things, but it's always going to keep me in a constant state of conflict. And I can't have a relationship with Christ and then live my life how I want to live it. There has to be order. Right? There has to be a discipline. There has to be a consistency to how I live. And so, I feel like that for me, the internal conflict of just the mind battles of like, okay, who am I going to serve? Who am I truly going to give my whole heart to? I think that's something I feel like I've a place I've graduated from, and that has helped me get to a place of peace.
Mm.
So yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well said. I agree. That
Mhm.
peace, yeah,
Mhm.
it's really important. And we didn't think about that when we were
No.
in our 20s and younger. Like, I'm just
No.
living. Peace. I'm good. Like, no, you need to work on some stuff. But here we are, in it, we're better.
Mhm.
Definitely understanding peace and just peace of mind more
Peace
than
of mind.
anything.
Yes,
But
it's huge.
yeah. Put it in the comments, y'all. Where have you graduated from? Where you graduated to? Advice, flashbacks. We
Mhm.
definitely want to see them. But that's really it today. We were just reflecting and wanted to share a little bit. But again, thank y'all. Thank y'all for just checking in on us, seeing how we doing, seeing how y'all doing. We
Mhm.
love y'all. I'm Britt, and this is good old Devin. And we'll see you next month. Same time, same place. Well, night.
Good night.
Bye.